Alright, so it's time to finish playing some of this. This is F.E.A.R 3, or Fear with the 3 as an E, depending on how you want to look at it, which, either way, Steam calls it F.E.A.R 3, Box calls it Fthreear? I don't know, it's weird. Bought this game, it's like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. I had been actually playing the first two, and finished them, which is rare, hence the reason for this series in the first place. But I decided to come back and play this because I actually got about halfway through it, way back, and I liked it. It was a solid game. I don't know why I stopped playing. I guess that's really the reason for most of my backlog, is that nothing really forces me to stop playing the game. I just kind of stop playing the game. So let's jump into single player a little bit and see what's going on here. I'm going to play as a recruit because I'm not very good at shooters. Not bad at them either, I guess. I mean, they're not my favorite genre anymore. There was a time where they used to be, and like I think the first two F.E.A.R games hit right in the middle of that, which is why I probably finished them. That, and like they had a weird hook. Like this is around the same time as BioShock, and everything was like creepy and weird, and that was cool. So I'm going to try this and see how far I get. This is also one of those weird games where you get a lobby for single player.
Prototype commandos in the emerging field of psychic warfare. I was the favorite. I gave them what they wanted. I gave them blood. They say the synchronicity with my mother made me homicidal. He was the first prototype.
Story happens.
His reflexes made him an unstoppable killer. When my brother found me, he put a bullet in my head, but our psychic link never broke. Like a curse, bound by blood.
For those who've never played F.E.A.R before, the whole plot of the games is basically that Alma is the creepy little girl. And during the first two games, which you ultimately find out, it's mega spoiler alert, is that she has kids. It's the Point Man, which is the hero of the original F.E.A.R game. And then she also has Paxton Fettle, who's the evil, creepy dude who was just narrating right there. So they have this weird, fucked up little family, and the brothers end up killing, well, the Point Man totally mercilessly kills Paxton Fettle. The second game's kind of a side diversion with Alma only in it, and the third game family.
The question. We know you're the prototype. We know you killed your brother.
The interesting thing about this one is that it's a co-op game, so like if you play with two people, you can actually have one person play as Paxton the Ghost, and one person plays the Point Man, and you get to do a bunch of different stuff with it. It's kind of interesting. From what I heard, it was kind of cool, but it's definitely lopsided co-op. Like the person who plays Paxton doesn't really get to do much of anything other than run around the levels at their own pace and kind of help with certain obstacles. Where the Point Man player is definitely the guy who's like moving the game forward. That's why if you play single player, you only play the Point Man.
You're 1,000 miles away.
Paxton can do stuff like this, like taking over guys, and it's kind of a little side diversion. The whole like mythos of the franchise also revolves around this arms company, Armacham, I don't remember how to pronounce it. So like the second game has a lot of that intrigue where like the company is unraveling and there's corporate espionage and bullshit happening.
Anyone friendly to the U.S. military, please respond. The airport has been blown to hell. Armor camp cleanup crews are killing everyone they find. I'm hiding in the airport underground tunnels. I can't make it out of here on my own.
I agree we must escape, but for her...
The atypical FPS start with no weapons trope.
The subject's still being escorted up from solitary.
You can tell a lot of these games started coming out around the Half-Life 2 was big era because a lot of the mechanics are still very, very much the same. Like EU's keys and all that stuff. This is just when co-op was starting to become a thing.
Roberts, how long does it take to secure a fucking prisoner? Roberts, you copy? March your lanky ass back up here. Respond, goddammit! The greatest shitholes of the earth is beyond me. Keep trying.
Mouse melee is not cool. Not a fan.
Hey, sound off over there.
This is one of those where it was built for a console all the same, so like some of the controls work really good for PC and then some of them are clearly retrofits and don't work so well. Like middle mouse button melee, depending on your mouse, is not so bad, but like I use an MMO gaming mouse, so this is kind of awkward. Ah, destroy the lock. Right. Huh, sight lights up. That's interesting.
Shit, it's him! Did you hear me? Get down here! He's loose! Forget it! Stop! Get down here!
Oh, good girl. Hi, Mom. How's it going? Cover mechanic was... I think they had a version of it in 2, if I remember right, but it was kind of... It's kind of one of those things where, like, when it was first introduced, this was, like, when all the games were getting covered because Gears of War was blown up real big. Name for the achievement on that is pitching a tent. I don't know about all that.
Attention.
I wouldn't want to know if Quaintman had a boner. I don't think that's something that anybody really gives
All
a shit
squads
about.
prepare for receiving and integration of new support units.
It's taking those assholes so long. Well, who cares? Just shut up and enjoy the downtime.
Who's this subject they're bringing up?
Headshot doesn't kill? That's weird. This is kind of a weird, like, crossover generation of mechanics in shooters because, like, you have a cover system, but you have the no health bar thing, but you also don't have, like, one-hit kills with headshots and stuff like that. It's a little weird, a little different. And I remember kind of liking it at the time, but this was also the one that was the hardest for me to get into out of the whole franchise. Like, I really, like, once I started playing F.E.A.R. 1 and F.E.A.R. 2, I legitimately, like, F.E.A.R. 1 was one of the first games I finished on my first fully custom build of PC. And F.E.A.R. 2, as soon as I upgraded my rig, like, it was immediately the thing I played. I even have all the F.E.A.R. 1 expansions, although I've never actually played those. I am failing at this so bad. Well, anyway.
How quickly it all returns to you.
Oh, well, I have ammo for that. Hooray, I can shoot in a shooter. This is the main reason I'm playing this on low difficulty, is that I am an ammo waster. I have terrible aim. don't play conservatively. I will just dump bullets if I think it's gonna help.
Pair of deuces on the board.
That's probably why I will almost never do well at an old Resident Evil game.
Dumbass.
I know that. Who the fuck says
Ah, shit, he's moving!
Oh, bullet time. Die, soldiers, die. Oh, there is a lot going on in here.
Move up! Move up! Advancing!
These games had like a weird relationship with the slow-mo mechanic, especially when it came to the second one and they had to explain how the random soldier that was the hero of that had the ability.
Assuming position!
And punch over cover. Right. Slow-mo punch. This is why I'm playing on Recruit, because I'm actually in risk of dying here. This is supposed to be the easy stuff.
What the hell's going on in here? Oh, shit!
I like how the guards magically just know who you are. Like, they're immediately all like, oh no, not okay. Oh. Right. See, these games get me because they really make me jumpy, but they're not as jump scary as like Five Nights at Freddy's is. Like, you can see they're building tension right now, but like this game telegraphs when it's gonna scare you. Like, I can just sit here all day if I want and never be scared, but the second I move from this spot, I'm gonna get scared. And I'm probably gonna jerk the mouse and it'll be really awkward to watch on a Let's Play, but hey. Too swoopy. Oh, look at... This is also when environmental lighting started to really take off in games, so like, they use it super, super judiciously. Like, it's everywhere. Oh, the windows can make it scary. Cool, let's light through the windows. Let's do dim overhead lighting. All the effects are kind of tuned for tension. They like light the scene in just such a way. It's gonna be Alma. There she is. Hey, Mom. Nice fade out. This is one of those things where like they make it sound cool and thematic, but it's just a challenge. It's like just a check off the box challenge achievement. Like, oh, find all the dead bodies you can psychic. That's
Take
literally all
your
this is.
flashlight. It will give you away.
Patrol is not flashlight in this. That's Five Nights I'm thinking of.
Stick to your designated patrols. Don't go wandering off.
Enemy spotted. At 9.
We got a hostile target!
Oh, I just ran up to the shotgun guy.
Behind the crate!
Tossing grenade!
Suppressed! Squad, let's move!
We got a hostile target. Eyes low.
Copy, bring it up!
He's dead. Shit! Behind those boxes!
See that shit?
Also sprinting around because I can't find the stairs. Here we go. Not locked anymore.
Target, moving upstairs!
I gotta try to find these guys now. run out of slow-mo running over the bridge.
Cover me!
I like how these guys can take like 100 bullets, but I can punch them twice and they're just like, okay.
Damn it, someone put it down! Get down! Reinforcement! I hope the squad is wiped out!
Blind firing is one of my favorite features of cover shooters. Like, I had this old Xbox One game, Kill Switch, had it, and I really liked that out of the demo I played. I can't even remember buying like a cheap copy of it at GameStop because I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Cover mechanics are kind of one of the cooler parts of newer shooters, I think, because they're like, they add like a weird layer to the environment that wasn't there in older games, like somewhat oddly. Like, you ever notice how older shooters have like a bunch of obstacles that are built like way too big? Like, it's because they want cover, but they can't get cover the way that modern games got cover.
Everyone, hide!
Punched right through his head.
Get your fucking head down! Behind the camera! Shit! Fuck you! I'm hit! Fuck! Get back! Get back!
Shoot him in the head twice and he's still alive, but I can punch him once and he's fine. Oh, look at how dim that light is and grungy. That's totally environmental.
Attention all stations. High-value experiment is escaping. Subject tracking toward mess hall. Move to intercept.
Oh, that was supposed to be spoopy, I think. I clearly can't enter that room. But Alma's in there. Sort of. Oh, he dead. I always liked how Alma like never really seemed to have any actual power, but like when they want something creepy to happen, like bodies just end up being torched. Like that's just game right there. Like, how does Alma do it? I don't know. She's magic. The creepiest of ways. You have to say though, they have impressive combat boot physics going on here, because he is clearly stomping around.
By the door! Drop! We got a hostile target! Target at 12! We're getting torn up!
Okay, that's makes sense.
Down! Down! I'm cool! My whole fucking...
Oh, right. Control is not crouch, and I will learn that by the end of this recording, I'm sure.
Tossing grenade! Get up!
I think squad comms are like the easiest thing you can appreciate about these games, because like, I wouldn't know how to watch for a grenade in this. I suck at these games. But it certainly helps when they're all like, hey, guess what? I'm throwing a grenade. Get the fuck out of the way.
Shit! Behind us! Shit! God damn it! Someone put him down!
Yeah, reusing that guard's voice a lot. Slow-mo time. Blood just explodes all over my face. Whoa. And I died. It seems like a good point as any to end the LP, so based on this playthrough, would I play this again? Yeah, probably. I'm not very good at shooters, but I enjoy them a lot, and F.E.A.R. as a franchise in particular is one that I'd like to finish out. Depending on how the ending of this game is, I might even like to see it have a next-gen reincarnation. Like, I don't know. They're not like super amazing games. Like, the first couple were probably the best because they were different at the time. Like, especially F.E.A.R. 1 came out before BioShock and all that. And the second game kind of came out when BioShock was making spooky shooters kind of a thing. So, I don't know. I think F.E.A.R. 4 on next-gen could do pretty well. It's one of those things, like, sentimentally, where you know that maybe a game's not great, but you want to play it anyways just because you have this weird nostalgia about it. Anyways, that ends this episode of Bobby's Backloggery. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep tuned to TentacleCar.com for more.